In this part of the video, we are going to study the concepts relating to factors, more about LCM and HCF, and those things which will help you to solve exercise 1.2. So first we'll look into how to draw a factor tree. See, these are all old things which you have already done. It's just a new names. You remember you have done prime factorization. So it is one and the same thing. First, we have to do the prime factorization and we will draw factor tree simultaneously. Like first we'll divide it with 2 because it is divisible by 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12, 2 3s are 6, 2 8s are 16 and 0. So first how to draw a factor tree is you have to write down the original number over here 32760. This is the multiplication of two numbers 2 and 16380. So you will write like this. Then again this is divisible by 2. So again this number is the multiplication of 2 and 8190. So I'll make it like this. Again this is divisible by 2. So you will draw it like this. Now you see this is not divisible by 2 but it is divisible by 3. You can divide it by 3. So the factor tree will become like this. Now this is again divisible by 3. Now this is divisible by 5. It is divisible by 7. And this is 13. If you look into this tree, in the last notes you will find all the prime numbers. So this is how a prime factorization is done, and you have to draw a factor tree. Why we are drawing this factor tree? Because factors are necessary to find out the HCF and LCM of any two numbers. In the last video we have seen how to find out HCF with long division method or the Euclid division lemma. Now we'll see how to find out HCF the other way, which you have already studied in the lower classes with the help of factors, but we'll just revise it here and we'll know something more about the factors. So if I have to denote the prime factorization of this, तो मैं 32760 को किस तरीके से लिख सकती हूँ? How many 2's are there? 1 2 3 3 2's are there, so you will write 2 to the power 3. Then there are 2 3's, so 3 square into 5 into 7 into 13. This way you have to write the factors in the 10th class. This is the way to represent a number, and every composite number has a unique prime factorization. इसका मतलब ये है कि कोई भी दो नंबर का सेम प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन नहीं होगा. ऐसा प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन अगर दिया हुआ है तो it represents a unique number. It cannot be more than two numbers which is represented by this form. This is very obvious. So the next thing which you will require here is, if you want that any number should end in 0, like we have done in our previous example, here the number is ending with 0. So the number will end with 0 only and only if it has 2 as a factor and 5 as a factor. Both should be present, because 5 2's are 10 and only a 0 at the end can come when these both are present together, irrespective of their powers. Exponent doesn't matter, but they has to be present. Their exponent should not be equal to 0. For a number to end with 0, it has to be 2 to the power something and 5 to the power something, where n and m should not be equal to 0, because anything to the power 0 will be 1. So let's check if 4 to the power anything, like if it is given 4 to the power 256. So even if I multiply 4 256 times, it will never end into 0, because what is the prime factorization of 4? It is 2 into 2 to the power 256. So it is 2 to the power 2 into 256. There is no 5 present over here, so this will not end into 0. This is as simple as that. Now let's find out the LCM and HCF by prime factorization. What exactly do you understand by LCM and HCF? LCM is the least common multiple. LCM is the multiple. It has to be bigger than these two numbers. Multiple जो होते हैं वो या तो इन दोनों में से जो बड़ा नंबर होगा वो होगा, या फिर इससे और बड़ा नंबर हो सकता है. अगर आपको बेसिक्स देखना है LCM और HCF का और उसको अच्छे से समझना है तो you can watch the other video which is made for the classes like class 7th and class 8th. And HCF is the factor. It is the highest common factor which is the factor of both these numbers. ऐसा फैक्टर जो इन दोनों को डिवाइड करता हो, ऐसा सबसे बड़ा नंबर. So if we have to find out the LCM and HCF by prime factorization, we have to take out the factors of these two numbers separately. So 26 is 13 twos are. These are the two prime numbers. Let's see what are the factors of 91. It is 13 sevens are. So HCF is quite easy. You have to take out the common factor which is common in those two. So HCF is 13 and LCM is the common factor taken once. एक ही बार लेना है जो common factor है, और जो बची हुई चीजें हैं वो हम साथ में ले लेंगे. So HCF here is 13 whereas LCM is 26 into 7 and that is 182. So these are the HCF and LCM of these two numbers. I want to tell you one more formula related to these. See, these are the two numbers N1 and N2. There's one more formula that the product of these two numbers is also equal to the product of their LCM and HCF. Let's check the formula. The numbers are 26 and 91. Let's multiply it. 26 and 91. It's 2366 and we have to multiply 13 and 182 which are the HCF and LCM. So again it's 2366. Thus it verifies the formula. So this is how we represent a formula. I also want to tell you one more thing. Suppose किसी number का prime factorization इस तरीके का आता है 2 to the power 5 into 5 to the power 3 into 3 and the other number has the prime factorization 2 to the power 4 into 5 square. So if we have to take the HCF, just take the smallest power of the number. For example, if there is 7 also, so if you have to find out the HCF and LCM of these two numbers, HCF में जो इनके small powers वाले numbers होंगे, जैसे जो common है उसमें small power वाले number हमें लेना है, तो HCF would be 2 to the power 4 into 5 square, जबकि LCM में हमें greater power वाले number लेने जो common है 2 to the power 5 into 5 to the power 3 and the leftover numbers, that is 7 and 3. This is how you can easily find out the HCF and LCM if the prime factorization is given. This is just for your reference. If you have to find out the HCF and LCM of three numbers, then the product of three numbers is not equal to the HCF and LCM of those three numbers. There's a different formula. You can remember this for the sake of MCQs. Otherwise, this is out of the scope of the syllabus of 10th class. But still you can remember कि LCM of PQR is equals to P into Q into R into HCF of PQR divided by the HCF of two numbers taken together and they are multiplied. Similarly, HCF is also the same thing but it goes with the LCM कि यहाँ हमें तीनों numbers का product करना है, then multiplied by the LCM of these three numbers divided by the LCM of two numbers taken together and they are multiplied. So this is how you can remember this formula, though it might not be asked. So now I think you can easily solve exercise 1.2. Go ahead.